All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome. I think we have audio. Yes, we do. Welcome to Coffee Room with old John from Pro Craps here on Casino Gaming TV. It's a new week. It's going to be a short week. I've got a day where I'm not going to have any shows this week. It'll be Thursday, just so you know. Normal week otherwise, but Thursday my son's moving, so I'm going to drive down to Portland and help him move. So no shows Thursday, which impacts a couple of things for us here. So let's hop on into the thing over here and. That first impact is going to be trip around the table. So we're not going to have a trip around the table this week until we may have it on Wednesday night. The problem with doing it on Wednesday night is that that's the night that Arnell does live fantasy craps. So I don't like to run into him if I can help it. I'm going to try and arrange the starting point to get it to be right. But yeah, it'll probably be on Wednesday. I'll let you know tomorrow who's next up. I got a couple people that I'm kind of juggling times with here. So because of the day change, that may impact some things. But so you know, we will have Charlie on again at some point, or I guess we'll have Charlie on at some point. That's in the plan. I've also talked to Jacob from Wage Me This. He's going to join us at some point on the show. The Justice Jen will join us. Ian Olson, Double Deuce, will join us. Kevin Smith has said he was going to join us. I'm calling Duracell out now. I'd love to have Duracell join us in that show. I've got feelers out to David at Casino Quest, Alex at Casino Quest, Jeremy from Color Up. They will probably join us too. I'm also trying to get Crappy the Craftsman to join me on that show. Who's one of the Crappy the Craftsman is one of those guys who's he's a bucket lister for me. Like I love that guy. When I first started the YouTube channel way back a couple years ago, he was one of the guys. Him and Jeremy were like my favorite guys to watch because I just love Crappy's attitude. And to me, Waylon is the same guy. Waylon and Crappy just have this really great. Listen to them BS and all day long. Love those guys. So idea is to get some of the other people that we haven't really heard from that much on our show on the show. So that's what I want to get to. So I'm getting a calendar put together to get them all scheduled out there. I'm gonna figure it out. Duracell says multiple programming options are awesome. I love the fact, I said it last week. I love the fact that Jeff and I were talking over text one day. I'm like, man, it's so hard to know when to go live because everybody's going live, all the time. It's good problem to have. Like where there's too much content and there's not enough time, that's a good thing. The problem is that it splits the audience a little bit, but you can always come back and rewatch it, right? I'm thinking more long-term. I'm thinking about how do we make not just this show, but kind of all of our shows. How do we make all the shows work in a world where you can be on a TV set. Like I'm really trying hard to get us to where let me change this a little bit to where we can publish this channel and have it run as its own separate thing outside of YouTube. Run on a TV set, run on a phone app. Frankly, that's why like the experimentation that we're doing with all these vertical videos is important to me. I know it's weird that we do a lot of these things that are split. You're like, where do I watch? And the answer to that question is, where do I watch? You watch on your phone, watch the vertical feed. The vertical feeds, we're tailoring them to be better on the phone experience. So when you're on your phone, you got a better way to watch, right? Versus this kind of shoehorned way of doing it that they have now. So we're trying different things out to make the experience better. And YouTube is doing a good job of saying, well, if you're on the phone and it's a vertically filmed video, they actually format the screen differently for you, which is cool. What YouTube doesn't do yet, and I think they will, is let us stream one show in two modalities, right? Give us the horizontal and the vertical, and let YouTube give your device the right version of it. Like if you're on a phone, give you the vertical. If you're on widescreen, give you the widescreen. That way, everybody gets it, and we don't have to worry about running two streams. Like I think we're in the infancy right now. I'm hoping that's what happens. Anyway, that's topic for a different day. What else is happening here? We had the shooters tournament started over the weekend. We have, I think, 7 or 8 guys have gone so far. This is gonna be a busy week. I'm a host for that tournament, so I'm gonna be filming probably 3 or 4 people, I think today, tomorrow. So if you're in the tournament and you need a host, just DM me over there on Skype. We'll arrange a time. I'm open all week long between 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock. I'm wide open. I can do at my time. So 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock your time on the East Coast there. If you're on the East Coast, I can run your session. Just let me know. And I know Jeff's a host. I know Alfredo, I think, is a host too. So just let us know. Let's get it in. We have 67 people in the tournament, and we've done 7 so far. So it's going to take us a hot minute to get through the first round here, just to get us to the 32. So if you want to throw, get us in to your schedule quick as you can. Okay. Chris from Dice Degen started his March Madness tournament over the weekend, so I know he filmed, I think, 4 or 5 games yesterday. That's going well. That's an interesting tournament. It's very interesting. Chris, he's got this rule where you'll see it. You can change one payment on the table. And in my match, it changed the entire game. Like that one rule change was it was the bombshell that changed the whole game. It made everybody bet differently. It was interesting. So check that out. I'm not sure his release schedule, but he's a busy boy. Chris is going to take over the lead of hardest working man in craps here pretty soon, because that's going to take a lot out of him to get all that done. Dark Side Bonus Craps. Hello, longtime viewer, first time caller. There you go, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Trust me. Every pair of eyeballs matters to me, and hope that we're getting good messaging out there. And today, I'm sorry for you. It's a right side day. We're going to be right side all week long. So I know you're a dark side player, but we'll get to the dark side again. I love my dark side play. We'll do a week of dark side stuff too. Dicer says on the phone you go landscape. See, I do that sometimes too. My phone's got the little pop socket in the back, so I just prop it up on my dining room table while I'm having my coffee. Everybody's different. You know what I mean? I think what YouTube's got to do is be able to decide when the phone is here versus here. It'll change the feed. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to detect the feed and switch between it. And if we can, as creators, say, here's my stream time and here's both versions of my video, push them both out at the same time, and YouTube decides which way it shows you, whether you're portrait or landscape. That would be amazing. I'm sure that's coming. I'm sure it's coming soon. All right, let's review the drawdown really quick, and then we'll jump into our right side play thing here. So the drawdown, how do we do in the drawdown? So far, we're doing all right. We are 9-3 thus far. We're up almost $4,000, which is great. I wanted to stop playing now. Cut the month off. We made our $4,000 for the month, right? Idea is to make about $500 a day. We're averaging a little more than that. We've had a couple of nice wins in there, which is kind of cool. The 3 losses, as you know, if you're watching that show, Daily Paycheck live every day at 7 a.m. Pacific time, I go, and if we lose on our this is a YOLO strategy. It's $1,200 across, right? And we go work the come out 7, you lose $1,200, you pretty much walk away. What I've been doing though is going back out again at $1,200 and saying, hey, we have $1,800 left. Let's go back out at $1,200. And I log the loss as a $1,200 loss, and then I go back out and play again. And all 3 of those losses, except for 1, 2 of the 3 losses, we took the remaining $1,800 and worked the same strategy and got back to profit. Got it all the way back up and made our $500 for the day. So it has fought back. It's a pretty stout strategy. If you factor that in, we are 8-3, but the 3 losses each required 3 straight wins to get back the win, right? Or 3 straight sequences to get back the win, which is 9, actually in our case, 6 extra wins. 6 extra times the strategy worked, right? In practice week, it was 7-2. So I look at all that and I say, well, we are, 9-6 is 15 plus 7 is 22. We're 22-5 if you count how many times the strategy got the 3 hits and out versus how many times it got pinged, right? That ain't bad. It's not a bad ratio. I'm not putting it all in here, obviously, because you can't, that would be cheating. But I know in my head, 25-5 or 23-5 is pretty good. Or 22-5, pretty good. That's a good ratio. That's over 80%, and that's where you want to be. Right now we're at 75%. It's doable. 75%. I'd rather be 80%. So we're gonna have to get some more wins on here. John needs a secondary hardwired mic and a space heater. Yes, for sure. Here's what's gonna happen with all of this. And just so you know, I do have hardwired mics. The problem with the hardwired mics is this. The one I have is not very good. It's good, but it's in the way. It's like right here. And if I have a hardwired mic and I go to my table back there, it's not I forget the word. Is it cardioid, whatever it is? It doesn't pick my voice up from back there at all. So the lab mics that I have here are what we want. They work great until I forget to turn the damn things on. What also happens is when I have a guest on, the echo cancellation is a problem in my software. So I'll fix that. As far as the garage goes, it's freezing out there. It's an actual garage. I'm moving soon. We're looking at new houses in a couple of different cities here in Washington and potentially Phoenix and or Vegas. Whatever house I buy, one of the requirements that we have is an outbuilding. That'll be, and I've found they're everywhere. An insulate, because a lot of people park their RVs in these things, like an RV garage, that's an insulated outbuilding with heat and AC. So I'll have a climate controlled actual studio that I'm going to build. Yeah, I'm going to spend probably 25 grand on a climate controlled studio for a channel that literally makes $175 a month. So that's good financial planning right there. But no, I actually love doing this. And my new job that I'm, cross your fingers, working through here is going to require me to have a full-time studio anyway. So it's money well spent. But yeah, it's freezing up there. In the mornings I go out there and it's like the first 5 to 10 throws, I'm doing pretty good. Then after that, my fingers go numb. They go totally numb. Join us in Scottsdale, he says. Yeah, I was just down there. I was down in Glendale last weekend. We went down there to see a buddy of mine. Got some spring training in. It was awesome. I love Arizona. Yeah. So anyway, there we go. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, I want to talk about this. We had a situation come up for the first time since we've been playing this strategy, which is crazy. 11 episodes of it. We've not yet had where you get the first hit, right? So remember, $1,200 across, first hit, the drawdown, you bring $900 back to your rack. So you're down $300. You got a bunch of money out there, but your rack is light $300. The next throw, if it's a 7, you lose what's up there, you're down $300. First time was today that this has happened to us. So the recovery plan on that one, by the way, go right back out $1,200, take the first hit, recover the $300, $50 in profit, and then do the move a second time. So it takes 3 rolls to get out of it. It worked out good today. We're going to keep working the recovery plan on the big loss, how to get out of that. And I might do some compounding wins as a test run later in the week. So we'll see if we get into a situation where I can do that. I'll do some compounding wins. You'll see what I mean by that. It's going to be basically 1,200 across, win 6, 1,800 across, win 950, come back here and go back out again at 3,200 across. And it's kind of compounded up and do the whole move 3 times, pressing every single time. And when the 4th move happens, huge profit, right? That's going to be a plan. It ain't going to work, but we're going to try it because it's fun. It's fun. All right, here we go. Where are we? Overall, we're up $16,000, which is pretty good. It's taken a long time. It's taken 100 and whatever shows, right? We are 91 and 30. So we're 121 or so episodes in. That's 4 months of play. We're up $16,000. It's not enough to say, I'm going to retire on this, right? We're not there yet, but we're doing good enough, right? We're doing good enough. We're winning our regular 10, 15, 20% every single day. Doing okay. You'll see that some of these strategies have got low win percentages. The Storm, the odds maker, we're at 60%. Good gravy. The Red Cross, 85% win rate. 678, 90% win rate. I mean, we got some ways to play here that are pretty freaking stout. The 678 only won $1,400 because the 2 losses were full bankroll losses, unfortunately. And at that time, our buy-in was only $1,500. So it basically doubled its bankroll during the month. Dallas Drawdown is essentially there right now. So yeah, we're doing okay. The paycheck is working so far. Let's talk again in August when we're all done. All right. Right side plays. Here's the thing, guys. I talked about this all last week, and we're going to end this week with, maybe we'll start Monday, but the end of the week is this. We're going to build the right side players algorithm. Okay. Here it goes. Everything you do on the right, if you're pure right side, I'm not talking about hybrid guys. I'm not talking about laddering, loss, whatever systems. I'm talking about pure, I want to play the box and do the pressing moves, right? Which is what 90% of craps players do. Everything we do, all the videos that are out there, it's an overcomplication of the system. Here's how craps works, right? If you're a right side player, you're going to get to your base, whatever your base bet is. If it's $12, 6 and 8 is a base that you can play from. It's 96 across. It's 66. Whatever your base is, you get there. And there's a few ways to get there. Then once you're at base, you run a press and collect rhythm, whatever that looks like for you. And I don't care what you're playing, iron cross, pineapple press, skill 66, whatever your plan is, okay? It starts from getting to base and then pressing from there or collecting. That's it. That's all craps is. Everything you see is a variation or combination somehow of those two basic core principles. And it looks like this, right? Your basic play pattern, which is how you get to base, is this. Either you're going to play a Molly type system, which in most cases you're going out at your base. You're going to go, $10 flat, whatever your odds are, and roll it through. Getting to your base might be a regression. Go super high, 640 across, win 140, go back out at 160, something like that, right? Or you can press to regress. You can go out there at like 130, do a little tier pressure for 2 or 3 rolls, and come back out again at 130 with your money back in your rack plus some profit. Again, half the stress, but more rolls to get there. Or start at your base. Just go out there with your 96 across and just go for it. Either way, whatever you choose to do, if you're going to regress to your base, if you're going to press up and come back to your base, you're going to start at your base, you're at a base bet. Then you pick your pressing and collecting pattern, whatever that's going to be. Single unit, half unit, flipping bets, betting the sisters, doing some more advanced play like a PC or a CPR or whatever. And then you give it a name. That's exactly how you make a strategy in craps. You get to your base. How are you going to press and collect? What are you going to call it? And Bob's your uncle. That's how we do this thing, okay? So here we go. Today, we're going to talk about unit pressing. Super simple unit pressing, okay? And again, I'm going to say there's 3 ways to do it. There's many ways to do this, but unit pressing is a nice rhythm to get into. And I think getting into rhythm is a good thing on the right side. It helps you to know what's coming next. It helps your dealers to deal to you very easily. Dealers practice press moves all the time. The single unit, the double unit, and whatever else. They practice those things constantly to make it fast. So if you're into a groove that they're into as well, the game just moves, man. And it's nice and simple, right? Unit pressing is simple. You're always collecting. When you're unit pressing, you're always collecting something, which is great. And you're also taking part of your profits and powering up your bets, right? The way to make money at the casino, right? Use the casino's money against them when you can, right? The less money out of your rack, the better you're going to be doing, right? You put money out there, sure, to start, you have to. But as you pull money off that table, you're using and betting only with money that came from them, not came from out of your pocket, which is important. Unit pressing, it's great. You're always collecting, you're using their money against them. The con to this kind of pressing is that it's got a low ceiling. And when I go to the table and show you what I mean by that, you'll see that you're not going to get super huge bets, even on great plays. I'll show you like what getting 5 hits on a number looks like when you're doing unit presses. You're not gonna cash in like a crazy person, but you're going to be better off on the regular sized rolls versus somebody who's doing a more aggressive play. So why don't we go ahead and switch views here. We'll go to the table and let's play it out. Let's do a couple little runs here with some unit pressing. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's take, I'm going to use the 9 as the example just because it's easy. Okay. Here's the 9. We'll put a $10 on the 9. All right. Now I'm going to put 5 whites in my rack just to kind of make the change as I want to here. But here we go. A unit press bet is this, and you got to decide ahead of time, what is a unit for you? Okay. At a $10 table, a unit could be $5 or $10. It's a betting unit. It could be either or. When you say the dealer, let's say that this first bet pays $15. Okay. Well, it pays $14, but if you drop 1, it makes $15. Okay. So 15 for 1 is a standard move out of your rack. You know it's going to pay 14. You drop $1. 14 plus your 1 is $15. You can say to the dealer, 15 for 1 and press me a unit is what I would probably say. 15 for 1 and press me a unit. They know automatically that it's press a unit and return the change. That's what will likely happen. They may say 5 or 10 the first time, right? My dealers at my local will ask me 5 or 10 the first time I do it. Press me a unit, 5 or 10. 5. Okay, there we go. That's the move from now on. They know that from now on is my move, no matter what happens. So on the second hit, and I'm gonna track this, by the way. That was the first hit of the 9. We're at 15 bucks now. On the second hit of the 9, let's mark that up as a second hit, it'll pay $21. And again, up a unit, please, and they'll go, boop, up a unit, and bring you money back to your rack. Now you got back that buck, by the way, from earlier, and you got $25 in profit. So in those 2 hits, you have a $20 bet, you have your initial $10, we'll call it $11 back in your rack. I'll put that over here. $15 locked. Okay, this $10 could go back out if you lose the bet. Okay, but here we are. As you're creeping up, unit betting does this. Okay, third hit of the 9. Let's say that hits again. 20 pays $28, and you'll say, what? Up a unit. I might actually sometimes do 30 for 2, right? I'll drop $2 and do 30 for 2, or 20 is fine. Up a unit, it becomes $25. You get your reds back, and now you're locked up. That's how they do that. On the fourth hit of the 9, 25 pays 35. Up a unit, it goes to 30, and now you brought back a green chip. And on the miracle, we're gonna run the miracle. The fifth hit of the 9. This is a repeater bet, by the way. If you're doing a repeater bet, it's repeater bets on the 5 and 9 pay on the fifth one. 30 pays 35. 35 pays 42. Sorry, $42. Again, up a unit, and everything else comes back. So after 5 hits, and again, we'll take our initial 5 whites plus our initial bet. That was what we started with. 5 whites plus $10. They 7 out, you lose what's out here. What you have out here, by the way, is only $35. Okay, so it's not a huge loss. There's not a lot of at risk here, right? But what you did make on that was 25, 50, 75, $100. $105 you made in profit. Because again, there's your starting money. That's not a bad little deal, right? $100 in 5 rolls, in 5 repeats of a number. Now, you could make a lot more than that on the same set of rolls. Let's do it again. And again, we'll put our $5 in there, $5 in whites. And let's say you want to go a 2 unit or $10 is your unit size. Maybe you say it's a 2 unit press, okay? And again, the first one will pay $14. I'll show you the long way. Pays $14. You drop $1, it makes 15. So you say 15 for 1 and press me 2 units. 15 for 1, press me 2 units. They know, boom, it goes right to 20 and $10 comes back. And again, I'll put the $10 over here until I get my money back. Now, the second time we get through, 20 pays $28, okay? Again, pressing 2 units makes your bet look like 30. So it's gonna be an exchange like this, and all this comes back. There's your initial $10. There's your dollar that you threw in for the first time, and now you're bringing back profit. Okay, now you're at $30, and that was the second hit. In 2 hits, you got your money back, a little bit of lock, and a nice size bet. See how fast that bet grew? Now you're at 30, which pays 42. And again, you're gonna press me up 2 units. They know by now. They're gonna put $10 more on that thing. They're gonna give you back 2, 25, and the red. That was your third hit, right? Is that the third hit? That was the third hit. The fourth hit now, here we come. We got $40 on it. It pays 56, 55, $56. And again, to go up 1 more set of units or a 2 unit press, it goes to $50. And here comes your money back to your rack. Pay attention here, right? This is gonna be the last one. The last hit, the 5th hit, pays $70. Up a unit, or up 2 units rather, they stack it up to 60, and they're just going up $10 at a time. Take back 50 and the change, and let's say they 7 out after the 5th hit. So you had $70 out there, or $60 out there instead of 40. Your profit, $1, 2, 3, 4, $100. There's 125. Plus the 5 whites, you're at 150 in profit. A little more than last time, right? by pressing 2 units at a time. Easy, 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 right? Again, you're not destroying the table. You made 150 bucks, right? We can look at what it looks like if you're doing, you know, some kind of a crazy power press in here. And as the week goes on, you'll see how that 9 powers up, okay? Now, another way to do it is what I call the flipper. And we'll look at this again later on, but the flipper is simple. When you go from $10 and it pays to 15, let's take our whites out of here. 15 for 1, and you're going to exchange your bet for the win. And that pays $21, right? Exchange your bet for the win. And every time you kind of flip through it, and you're going to keep increasing this bet by whatever you won each time. So after 2 hits, it's that. Now it's $28. Take 20, leave 25. And you keep kind of replacing the bet with what the cap was, essentially. That's kind of an interesting way to do, again, a nice single, single unit press. And that works good on all the numbers, right? You catch a 10. Let's do a 10 because I'm sitting right in front of it. What does a 10 look like from $10? $10 10. And again, we'll press it 1 unit. Watch how powerful this becomes on a 4 and 10, right? When you get to the buy bet level. So that pays 18 bucks, right? Last I checked. And again, you'll do 1 unit. Press it 1 unit. Go to 15. That was hit number 1 on your 10. And right away, money's back in the rack, right? There's your it already paid for itself. You got up a unit, paid for yourself. So you're solid now. Everything over here is profit from hit 1 on the 4 and 10. 15 pays 27, okay? And again, in this case here, when you go up a unit to 20 bucks, they're gonna either you're gonna drop a nickel to make that bet happen, make it easier for the dealer and buy it, or they'll pay you in nickels. You got to tell them you're going to up a unit. They may just give you 5, like so, and let you rack the rest. And again, here's your profit side with your initials. That's the second hit. The third hit pays 40 bucks. 25, 40. Again, up a unit, which is a quarter now. And I'm going to actually go ahead and give I'll put all the reds back. It doesn't matter. There it is. Number 3, it pays 50. You got to drop a nickel to make this happen. It goes to 30. You drop a nickel and it pays 60 bucks. Up 1, it's at 35, but look how much money you made in that 10. In 4 hits of the 10, just by single pressing. Single unit pressing, 1, 2, 3, 4, $100. There's 5. There's 50, 150, 160. 160 in the 4 hits of the 10, just by going up 1 unit, right? And notice the thing here. Every single hit, 2 things happened. 1, my bet got bigger because I used the winnings to power the bet up. 2, I brought money back. There wasn't one time in either one of those where I didn't bring money back to my rack, right? You always be collecting. Baseline rule of gambling is at play here. And that's an important little thing to remember, pardon me, as you're going along, right? If you're pressing and collecting, it just works. Now you can do the same thing on roulette, okay? We call it up and pull. Another way to call the same system here. So if I had, let's just bring the roulette table out real quick. This is going to be a little bit weird and jumpy, but if I bring this up, boom, let's switch it this way. This way? Let's see. Can you see that okay? I guess you can, right? It's so weird seeing the roulette table and the craps table like that. Actually, I got a special scene just for the roulette table. Boom. Like that. I can bring that over to here. Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. All right, awesome. Let's play some roulette real quick. Let's see. The same system works here. This little up and pull, a single unit press, but the difference is you're doing the pressing, right? You're doing the press. If you're betting, let's say $10 on a couple of dozens, right? Or let's just go red and black. Let's just go $10 red, right? It doesn't matter. Let's hope we can get a little run here. I'm gonna go a little black run. And again, let's say that my base bet just like in craps, is $10. I got to my base. I did something else to win my base. Roulette, I could have gone, for example, $50 out here on that black. Won the black, it was a 9, by the way. We hit the 9. The 9, oh, it was 6, right? We hit a 6, right? That's our number. That wins $50, and I'm back in my rack with a $25 base bet. Okay, that's the same as craps, going like 160 across, taking one hit and coming down. This is a regression, right? Out there for 50. Or let's just do it. Let's just say out for 25. Pays 25 in reds, right? Bring that down, come back out. You got your new base bet, you got your initial bet back, and a tiny bit of profit, right? You can play roulette the same way you play craps. It doesn't make a freaking difference, okay? Here we go. Now, we are at our base. Initial bet, a little bit of profit. We have just rolled a 6. We catch a $10 win, single unit press, and pull back, okay? If we catch a second one, I don't know if we will or not, but if we catch a second black in here, if we don't, I'm gonna simulate it, but I want you to see anyway. Let that thing come down. We did. It's a 33. Fantastic. 33. So now we go, just like that 9, right? Pays 1-to-1 though. Pays $3. Up a unit and pull back. Okay, it's the same system as we did on the 9 and the 10. Up 1 unit, pull back the rest. You could have easily said on $15, up 2 units and pull back, and now I've got a quarter out here. If we catch another red, it goes up here, up 2 units and pull back. The thing is, you're always up and you're always pull, right? When you're doing a unit press, whatever your unit size is, 1 unit, 2 units, whatever, it's always up and it's always pull. Some people will say, you leaving opportunity out there. You're not pressing enough. You're not using the casino's money against them hard enough to make money. I would tell you this, in the rolls where you get 1 or 2 hits of a number in craps, or 1 or 2 in a row on black or red or whatever you're doing, and then you lose on the third one, this person's making more money than the person who's hammer pressing. He just is, because he collected every single time. So, you know, doing a little unit press early and a hammer press late might not be a bad way to combine your bets. Huh? Let's come on back over here. Come on back over here and we'll talk a little more in person. So that notion right there, let me go back a screen for you because I think it's an important point to make. We go back over here. Again, get to your base. Whatever the game, however you get there is fine. You can regress in roulette, you can regress in baccarat, you can regress in blackjack, you can regress in craps. Doesn't matter. You can press to regress. I could start with a $10 bet on a roulette table, press it to 20, win 20, regress back down to 10, and now I'm up and pull the whole time. It doesn't matter what the game is. This works everywhere. Get to your base, however you want to get to it, and then from there, how are you going to hammer up? Now, you can single unit press like I showed you. You can double unit press or half unit press. However you want to get there is fine. You can change in midstream. You can say, I'm going to single unit press for the first 2 hits of a number, or the first 2 hits on black. And from that point on, I'm going to go half press for the next 2 hits. And then from that point on, I'm going to go full press, collect, and start upping as I go, right? You can combine all these things together to make your perfect strategy. Get to base, decide how you're going to press. If you can change how you press in midstream, that's great. You give it a fancy name and you're out. That's how you make your own crap strategy and start your own YouTube channel, just like that. Okay? How do you get to base? How do you press? What are you calling it? Get on out of Dodge. All right, there it is. That's all I got today. That's it. Tomorrow we're going to do different ways of collecting. We might go flips tomorrow. I'm not sure what the schedule has, but we're going to go flipping. We're going to go sister pressing. We're going to go with the more advanced stuff on Friday. Friday Follies is going to be fun. We're going to go with these super advanced, like just pedal to the metal, triple lux on steroids kind of plays. We'll do that on Friday. But there you go. That's my spiel today. All right, let's go here. Any questions y'all have? Anything you want to say? Remember, you put a Q in front of it. I can see it as a question. If you want to put something for me to talk about, put a PC in front of your note, and I will see it up here on screen. And let's see. We have Arcadia. Oh, geez. Here's my My glasses. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put my glasses on. Do I have a good resource for dealer craps keys? Yeah, for sure. I've done some dealer training with David at Casino Quest. If you go up to their Casino Quest channel, I think I bought it, so I won't. There's a bunch of good. Let me over here. Let me get to this. Let's do that. There is a couple of really good videos out there from other dealers that like what the keys are. If you go to youtube.com, I think it's CEG Dealer School. No, YouTube. I forget the name of their dealer channel. YouTube.com. Let's see, CEG Dealer School. I forget the name of there. It's CE. That's what I thought. That's what I put in. Anyway, in here, if you go here and if you're a member to this channel, and not with my casino gaming account, I think my ProCrafts account, I'm a member here, so I'm subscribed and I'm membership. When you're here, you get access to all their longer form videos where David teaches how to deal, and it's basically like hour-long clips of the classes that they run. It's a great way to do it. Also, you go to Shop Casino Quest. They have the magazine out. I forgot about the magazine. They also have dealer supplies. They also have the dealer manual. So the Craps dealer manual, this has all the keys in it. So all the pressing keys that you do, the every green gets two reds, all that kind of stuff, that's all in here. So you can buy all the manuals, and I have all the manuals on my computer. So I literally practice this stuff all the time to make sure that I'm quick and accurate as I can be. Like I said, I realize I'm not the greatest dealer in the world, but I do practice that. And my chips are actually made. They're super sticky on purpose because they're hard to deal. So that's what I do. The total payouts after 5 hits, $10.09, same bet with a $5 repeater. Let's see. The total payout after 5 hits, $10.09, same bet. Let's do it. If the repeater bet on the 9 and 5, I think pays is 80 to 1. I think it's 80 to 1. I'm 90% sure it's 80 to 1. If you do the repeater bet though, what I call the DIY repeater bet, that'll win you a purple chip. Like we have time, right? I got 5 minutes. Let's do it. Let me show you what the repeater bet looks like because it's actually really cool. If you're ballsy enough to do it, let me move that out of the way. I'll take this out of the way. I think it's 80 to 1 for the 5. I think these are 80 to 1, I think. But if you did a $5 9, just a $5 9, if you could pull it off like on a bubble craft machine, right? And let's do the full on, like the do-it-yourself version of a repeater bet. Hit number 1, pays $7, and you bump it up. Hit number 2, pays $15 for 1, and you go to a quarter with it. Hit number 3, the quarter pays $35, and you bump it up. Hit number 4, $35. I'm sorry, that's not $35. That is $60. So it pays $70 and $14. That pays $84. $75. We'll do $85 for the last one. And now you've got $140 on it. Okay. For the 5th hit, 140. That pays 140 and 45. 45 pays, I forget this one here. That's $56, $63. So it's 140 plus 63, it pays 203. 203. So for $5, if you pull the repeater off, you get 300 and almost 50, $348. That ain't bad, right? That ain't bad at all. For 5 hits from $5, if you can stand sitting there for 5 straight hits, that's what it pays. Not bad, right? I would never recommend you do that out of your rack, but at my local casino, right, I have $5 tables. So I can easily do something like a 110 inside, right? Take a $35 win and go 32 across, right? That's a regression I do all day long. 32 across, and I run the repeaters. I run that exact strategy sometimes. Just let me see if I can catch lightning in a bottle today, right? Super simple. But I think the natural repeater, $5 repeater bet over at like Reno and stuff, I think it pays 80 to 1. It's either 80 or 90. I forget. I don't play it enough because it's not a bet that you see very often anymore because people were exploiting it, I think. But that's a great one, man. I love the repeater bet. All right, there we go, guys. I'm out. It is time to rock and roll. I got to get my day job in. So I will see you tomorrow morning for another daily paycheck, for another coffee run. I'll get the vertical stream working on this show for tomorrow. It's broke today for some reason, but yeah, that's it. Happy Monday, everybody. Let's hope we have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless. Bye.